Welcome, welcome, welcome to another market update. Focus on crypto, of course, today due to the heavy moves we are experiencing in the last days, starting with last week, Wednesday. Um, well, that's it. Bitcoin moved, and it moved aggressively, it moved fast, and by fast, I mean it moved within the last 7 days, 25%, 24.5%. Now, this is a good reminder of what can happen once cryptocurrencies start to really start to move. I mean, this is a start of a move. This is not crazy yet for anyone that is trading stocks or something. A 25% move within such a short amount of time would be considered ridiculous. Within crypto, it's not. But after all this boring sideways, after we've been trading kind of sideways in a low range since we broke down on the 13th of June. So for 6 months, it's been happening little in the crypto market for the fact that it's crypto, that this move was really nice to see and obviously brings like a complete different scenario on the tables now, as has been discussed in previous videos. Um, this level of 18,200 was massively important to be reconquered, and fairly speaking, it took me personally hugely by surprise as well what happened here last week, because it's been conquered within a day basically. We closed the day on Wednesday last week at 17,000, at 18,000, no, 17, oh, where's the close here? 17.9, so almost 18, which in my opinion I would have expected a pullback, but maybe that's my mistake. It shot right through, closed the next day 18.8. I would have expected a pullback to 18.2 to retest, or to be refused here at the 200 daily moving average. Nope, shot right through the 200 daily moving average, closed at 20,000, and is now, as we can see, at 21.3, 21,300. Really, like, I can just repeat myself. It's a massive reminder of what's possible, how fast things are possible when crypto starts running. Now, what to do now? Like, what to do? Of course, there is a pullback expected. I mean, I'm always expecting a pullback. This is how the market runs. But to be honest, right now, it doesn't give the vibe off right now. So now here the theory is, or the theory I'm thinking is most, like we broke down here the 18,200 due to the FTX collapse. The lowest point we've been trading was on that day, on 21st of November. The low was at 15,461 and hasn't been there ever since. We haven't made any new lows in the last weeks. And now we're like this. We're above the 200 daily moving average, which is a very important level. We're above 18,200, which is an important level. And if we're considering everything from different time perspectives on the weekly, on the monthly, it's looking good. Like it's looking good. I'm not saying we're out of the woods. I'm not saying we go to the moon straight away. But with that move, chances are higher than not for now that it's like the start of a new bullish, and this was the bottom. Um, when would this theory be invalidated? I would say if it drops back below 18,100, 200, the whole theory will be off the table again. There will be a bull trap. These are the voices outside right now. Is it a bull trap? Or is it a bull trend? The start of a bull trend. There are different theories out there. In the end, you have to pick your spot. You have to trade whatever you believe in, whatever time frame you believe in as well. But at this point of time, looking at it from a daily perspective is definitely a bullish trend. Um, and we'll see in the next days. Now, if you have bought in that range down here. Below 18,000, you have incredible entries for Bitcoin. Like again, you would have made already around 20% by now, only after a week, and that's just a lot of money, really. So if you're like me, because I've been talking about making entries here, establishing a core position, but I have personally also been um, expecting it to go lower. I cannot deny that. I was also saying like, okay, my scenario is in the moment it goes above 18,200, I would get bullish again. This is the case right now, so I have actually established, I would say, a core position at this point, like here around the price of, I would say, 20,800, something like that. It, I FOMO'd a little bit. I cannot say something else. I was missing that move. I was busy in these days. I was expecting a pullback, as I was expecting a pullback all the time, and that really is a mistake to make, and some I have to pay for right now. Now, the situation is very green right now. So definitely once these big moves are happening, I get this like FOMO feeling again. So it's really important to keep calm here. It stopped here at 21,300 and it is accumulating here right now. So there's not a sign of really breaking down. I would expect it to retest at least the 200 daily MA at 19,600. You can see here the switch also that it like starts to get back up. But let's see what's gonna happen in the end. We have a few levels which are still important. But who wants to sell their Bitcoin after a move like that? After you're making like 25% within a week? I don't think there are a lot of people out there who are ready to sell their Bitcoin. And in order to get the price down, people need to sell. So let's see what's happening next. But overall, it is a massively been a massively good week for crypto, for a lot of cryptos, by the way. We'll talk about the others. Of course, we're not completely out of the woods. We just have a very good sign of bullishness here. And I think that's really nice to see and very important as it's been really boring looking at these past weeks and months. Going to Ethereum. Ethereum is quite a similar scenario. We have also reclaimed the 200 daily moving average pretty much on the same day as with Bitcoin. We're trading right now at 1595 with important levels around 1660, 1680, I would say. And obviously the major level is $2,000. It has been relatively performing better than Bitcoin even, which we can check here actually also on the ETH BTC chart that Ethereum has been doing really well against Bitcoin, which also gives hints about how it might perform over this next 4-year cycle. Due to the fact that Ethereum is something that can be built on and is having a use case versus Bitcoin is only a store of value, how people argue. We'll see what's happening, but overall, I think Bitcoin and Ethereum are the safest bets out there. There's still, let's see, like really what's happening with the altcoins the next years overall, because some people argued 98% will be worthless and going to zero. But once money starts to flow in, anything's possible. Like those people who've been around in the last bull run towards the end of 2021, they know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter the coin you're in, you're just making a lot of money. So that's Ethereum. Is again a similar scenario. I would wait for a pullback. I don't know what's gonna happen the next days. It's obviously accumulating, but it's not breaking down here. So let's see. Let's see. It's a bullish sign as well here. If you haven't been in the market right now, would I get in? Yes, like get in with if you don't have a core position yet, you can wait for another bull like trend. You can wait for a pullback. Maybe the pullback doesn't come at all, and you'll end up buying at 1700, 1800. You really have to choose for yourself. Like if you haven't bought down here because you were scared, and I mean, I myself has been only buying very minimal positions down here due to the fact that I was expecting it to break down, and therefore I cannot blame anyone on that. Um, After all, it's just a good sign again. Like to you can never expect to know when the bottom is in. You can never know when a move like that is happening, and therefore, yeah, you gotta choose yourself if this is a point you want to buy for the long term. If you buy for the long term, next, I would say have a time horizon of 2 to 3 years, chances are very high that you will make actually money out of this. Not 100%, nothing's 100%. Chances are just high. Chances are also high if you buy now that you in 5 years with the S&P 500 have more money. So, you know. Let's have a look at some altcoins before I go to the SPX and gold, silver as well. BNB has made also back to 300, currently at 303, which is a great level for it. Next stop would be 333, also above the 200 daily moving average. Looking the same, like they're all kind of looking the same, very similar to Bitcoin. So there's not much to add here. Let's see what the next days play out. Is there a pullback coming? Is there another wave coming up? We don't know, like no one knows. Going to gold and silver. So looking at gold, I mean, we can see gold has had a massive run already since beginning of November. We're up in these last, let's make it a clear measurement. We are up 19% within 52 days. It's less than 2 months. No, 52 bars, 75 days. Um, yeah, we're up about, yeah, 19% within 75 days, so 2.5 months. Um, of course, there is a, I mean, I'm expecting a pullback something. In the end, everything at the moment, the rally is due to a few reasons. The Fed has been announcing that inflation is getting better. The dollar's been weakening, which is better for assets. There might be a um, break of increasing the interest rate, which is always good for investments like stocks and risk assets, of course, as well. And therefore, we can see that clearly here that the market is expecting something to change, I would say. Uh, Again, I've mentioned it a few times. I want to mention and emphasize it again. The market is able to sniff out a turnaround in momentum like way before it's happening. So do not expect the market to turn around, let's say, or like end this bearish trend, this downtrend on the day the Fed announces that the interest rates are going to be tightened or are going to be actually decreased now. It's not when the market turns around. Of course, there might be some movement happening in that time, but you can expect that the market has moved months before that. And that could be a sign here. I mean, maybe we're not driving into a massive recession. Maybe things are somehow able to be saved. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a economist. Um, and we'll see what's going to play out for now. But gold is bullish still, is doing well in crises. It's I think still a good hedge. Of course, it's done a lot of percentage in the last 2 months, and it cannot be forgotten. But I'm still bullish on gold. I mean, I would buy probably a pullback to 1880, which is not much from here. Literally, if you buy it for the long term, why not now? But after moves like that, it would be reasonable to have like a pullback, especially for something like gold. Silver is similar. Massive move. What's the difference here? Silver seems to be accumulating here in the range of Yeah, 24.50 to $23. So in this $150 range, it's accumulating, it's not breaking down since a month approximately, since it broke out over that $23 level. Um, but of course, after a move like silver had as well, let's measure it here briefly from the lows of the 1st of September actually. The 1st of September until the high we had in a week ago, we had a 40% move within 140 days. That's 5 months, less than 5 months, 40%. And commodity like silver, it's a massive move. Like again, like the trend is bullish. Maybe it moves another 40%, maybe not. Like it really depends also on the economy in the next weeks and months, because based on how interest rates will be adjusted, how inflation will develop, um, based on that, the market will go more conservative, let's say. So saying we are staying in a high inflation, kind of darker outlook for the future of the economy, people will be more like trying to get into more secure assets, meaning they will buy silver, gold. Stocks is like depending on what we're looking like, some sectors will perform better than others. And then on the other hand, when um, the Fed will lower the rates, inflation's in control. You can see that things are gonna pump up like crazy again. These are different times. We have everyone has access to the market. Everyone has seen what Bitcoin can do by now, and all the cryptos and the markets. And I think everyone is quite keen to make money. So I think these things are very important to also keep in mind, like how people are psychologically working today, how things are working, is completely different than back in the days, or last like 10 days, 10 days, 10 years ago. So I think that's something to keep in mind, and you gotta make up your mind. Just make sure maybe that you have, yeah, like a core position, I would say. Don't put all your like life savings in one thing, but I would really recommend, just I've talked about it, to think about it, like to invest in things. What's that? Yeah, so that's silver. Would I buy silver? Yeah, I mean, still, yes. It ran a lot. Let's say it like this. I personally prefer to buy things that show bullishness, like I have been talking about it here around the $20 area, $21 area. Now at 23 for what it is. For diversification, absolutely. Silver can still do great things, but it has been had a good run already that cannot be ignored at this point. And I think maybe I can have a look at the SPX. I mean, the SPX is it is. Let me have a look. This trend line. Everyone is drawing this trend line at the moment. This is just gonna zoom in here, make it a bit bigger. That's the big trend line we're looking at right now for the SPX. It's right around the 200 daily MA where it has been rejected the last 1, 2, 3 times since April 2022. So I'm just like drawing here. That's where the trend line has been rejecting it. This is where the 200 daily MA has been rejecting it. This is where it was both the same, the trend and the daily MA. Like it's all down. If it can break through here and get above, I would say 4,120, we can talk about a trend change. At the moment, no. Like this is just a bounce in a downtrend, unless proven otherwise. $4,000 is massively important psychological level. So let's see. I'll expect us to break down rather than up. But again, like we'll see. We'll see. Good thing is that the stocks are not moving as crazy fast as Bitcoin. So the fact that things are running like 20% overnight or like within 4 days and you kind of miss the whole thing are lower here. Do I talk about any other thing? No. Let's. I'll stick with Bitcoin and Ethereum. I might have put up my day trades. I haven't done much of trading at the moment. I need to wait how the market plays out. I don't have any like massive idea for a good trade these days. I'm still open on some of them. I'm long on Apple and Tesla. I think that's the one I made in a video like a week or two ago. And let's see the rest. There is no need to really overdo things if you're not clear about the direction. Where good signs again, like I would be rather long or short, but is there a pullback coming? Is it not? We'll see. Okay, so if you have any requests of any other asset you would like to have evaluated, please let me know in the comment section. Of course, no one does. So this is just to be acting like a real fucking YouTuber. And what else I wanted to actually talk about is briefly about, I mentioned in my last video about eToro that I have been paying taxes overnight. I found out that this was due to the fact that I was doing it with leverage, which was embedded in a CFD contract, which includes this fee I have to pay for holding it, since it is a financial derivatives trading tool, a contract for difference, and it seems to be part of that. So the fact that I was trading with leverage, which I cannot recommend anyone doing, is due to the fees. So I'm now looking at eToro maybe again to use it for my gold and silver trades. And that's it, guys. Have a wonderful start into your week. I hope some of you have bought some and have made some gains. That would be fantastic. If not, don't worry, the train has not left the station yet. And yeah, have a great day. Ciao.